It's for companies that do not require GAAP-based financial statements. Okay, so if a company needs GAAP in their financial reporting, then the framework's not for them. But millions and millions of these small businesses are not required to use GAAP. And so they're using today tax and cash basis of accounting. And those are great bases of accounting. But what we found in doing some research and talking to CPAs who were serving these small businesses was that in many cases, the cash basis and the tax basis, it just wasn't sufficient for their purposes. Okay? Maybe they needed a more integrated set of financial statements. It's really meant for management or owners and managers who use financial statements to confirm what they know about the financial statements. These owners and managers are really focused on cash flow. And they use financial statements to confirm their understanding of what the cash flow of the company is, what the performance of the company is, what the assets and liabilities of the company are. Usually the external stakeholders, the external users of the financial statements, the bankers, they have direct access to management. So usually during the course of the year, they can pick up the phone or they can send an email to management and get their questions answered or get additional information. So very unlike a public company environment, you don't have that direct access to management. It's not, as I said, meant for NPOs. It's also not meant for companies that are looking to go public. If a company is looking to go public, they really should be using GAAP in their financial statement preparation. It's not meant for companies that are engaged in industries that have highly specialized accounting needs or highly specialized accounting guidance. So, for example, it's not meant for governmental entities or financial institutions when it comes to preparing their financial statements. Again, those industries have specialized needs, so we have to make sure there's that ability to tailor the financial reporting to individual needs. And so we put in the right degree of optionality, and I think that really helps create financial reporting that's more representative of the underlying economics of the company when it's all said and done. It provides the users of the financial statements with the most decision-useful information. Now, really, optionality or alternative accounting policies is nothing new for us as CPAs. We've always had that in accounting frameworks. Today, we choose among different depreciation methods. We choose among different inventory cost flow assumptions. And I'm sure there's plenty of other areas. So we're used to dealing with making choices among different accounting policies. And so we have that in this framework as well. And it's particularly well suited, I think, to this small business environment. When the task force was developing the framework, they tried to make sure they avoided excess narrative in all the chapters, okay? And really just get, kind of do a plain English, just what the requirements are, try to avoid bright lines where they can, prescriptive rules, and get back more to a CPA using his or her judgment in applying the principles of the framework to specific transactions and events. So you provide what the requirement is, what the principle is, but you avoid the overload of prescriptive rules and trying to address every situation that goes along with it. And I think that comes from a more intuitive and understandable framework at the end of the day. I like to say that it's stable yet nimble, and what I mean by that is we've issued the framework, and we don't intend to keep making changes to it. Okay? So I'll start off actually with the CPAs. When I think of CPAs, CPA firms who serve these small and medium-sized entities, they really are the trusted business advisor to these people. These small businesses often don't have a qualified CPA on staff. They rely very heavily on their external CPA firm. And so I think the framework is a really nice service opportunity for CPAs serving this sector. To take a look at their client base, see who might benefit from this framework. Perhaps they can save their clients some money when it comes to the preparation of their financial statements and reduce levels of complexity. So it's a nice service opportunity, I think, for CPAs to go to their clients and perhaps introduce this framework. So I think the framework certainly delivers there for the CPAs